Greetings, everyone. Corey here. And for those that look forward to my midnight reviews, sorry this one's a day late. uh, I wasn't feeling too good yesterday when I went to go see John Wick 2, which of course is in the title. And I, I barely felt well enough just to go see the movie. It's mostly my allergies. It's like a hay fever, but it's just like a one day thing, kind of out of a month. It just wrecks me. So I still wanted to do the video. I was thinking about just passing it, but this movie, this movie's so good. It's me and my friend kind of compared how John Wick 1 was like the Raid. Uh, the first one, if you've seen the Raid, you know how it kind of is. It seems small budgeted, but yeah, it's really impressive for what they do. And that's kind of John Wick 1 was kind of felt. There was only a couple areas that they went to, and a lot of it was indoors, so that kind of changes things up. But excuse me, still getting over. um, but yeah, as far as John Wick 2, if you saw John Wick 1 and loved it, you're gonna love John Wick 2 even more because, especially if you want all that action that all the fights the way he fights and the way he shoots, the way he just acts overall, this is just everything and more, to say the least. It's really impressive what they do. Just right off the bat, there's a nice little action scene before the opening credit. Well, after the first studio credits, but before the actual title card. Uh, and it's just me and my friend, we sat in the front row because we kind of got there late after buying our tickets, and we felt the impact. The sound mixing was just really it was really impressive. You felt all the hits, all the shots, all the impacts that happened in the movie, and I kind of wish I saw this in the Dolby Theater because that would make it sound so much better. But it still sounds really amazing just in a regular theater. Um, but yeah, so Keanu Reeves, great job. I mean, it's funny. There's been a joke going on. This is like his seventh time playing a character that's named John. So that's pretty crazy to say the least. But I mean, his name shouldn't matter too much, you know, because it's the character that makes the name, I guess you could say. Uh, and man, it's you get a lot more character out of it. You're thinking, yeah, how are they gonna progress the story in this one? And they bring it up. They bring up a whole another aspect of the assassins and stuff, and the whole mafia and everything. It's pretty impressive. They actually go to a new continental hotel, which is really cool. It's almost like they just transplanted, from one place. Like each one has, the receptionist at the desk. They all have the manager. They all have all the same people, of course, for the weapons, clothing, all that stuff. But it's funny because they almost act similar to each other from even though they're on different countries and stuff. And I found that pretty interesting. That's kind of funny too. But yeah, as far as spoilers, don't want to spoil too much. It's really cool. I mean, you kind of figure out what's going to happen um, all the way to the end, and this ending is probably more. It's more satisfying for sure than John Wick 1 because the fight scene with the old man. I know a lot of people were complaining about it and stuff because it's like, oh, how is he holding up his own? Well, John's been through a lot up to that point, so he was not at 100%. If he was 100%, it would have took him out, a couple seconds. But I mean, plus the old man was pretty good. I mean, he was a boxer. He was a tough street fighter. So yeah, that's that. But as far as this one, it is impressive. Some of the choreography, as far as the gunfighting and everything, it's really crazy what they do, and they separate it really well. There's three major scenes: the beginning, middle, and end, and they're all connected very well as far as the story. It draws out the whole, mythology and everything of the backgrounds of everyone, and there's a lot of like rivalries building up and showing off, and you get more information of what John did when he was an assassin before he got out, and the connections he made and everything like that. So it's really interesting to see for sure. And it's the thing I like the best is a lot of the stuff that the assassinations, the group, the organizations, the mafia, all that stuff that they use is a lot of old, uh, old technology to say the least. As far as the one major thing is phones, as far as their currency, it's coins. You know, a lot of it is very old style, especially in the hotel and everything. But they also have a lot of modern stuff to go with it, so it blends really nicely. It's almost like uh, kind of reminds me a little bit like the Kingsman in a way. You know, they blend that old school with the new school, so it's really cool to see that. I like it for personally. I find it gives a lot of character. It's kind of like Wanted in a way. You know, they had a lot of old school stuff that they used, but they also had a lot of new tactics and everything, all the new toys. But yeah, John Wick 2 is so satisfying as far as an action movie. Definitely see it. Definitely cannot recommend it any more than I've already have. If you like action at all, if you saw the first one, liked it even just a little bit, definitely go see this movie. I hope it does the best out of this weekend, but it's against some crazy competition as far as Lego Batman and 50 Shades Darker, I believe. And it's interesting because they all have their own like group that they're aiming for. So let's see what happens. But yeah, man, great movie. Go see it. But until next time, guys, later.